All right, now we're live. All right. We're live. At least we should be. We gotta retweet the stream, let everyone know we're live, or else we exist. Put all the hashtags too. What's up, everyone? Sorry for the delay there. Something with my sound settings. Something happened with my recording, my sound software. Since I last streamed, and it like changed everything to default settings. So I'll probably sound different than what I usually do, so I apologize. But I need to look all that stuff up. Like every time my sound settings get messed up, I have to go on YouTube and watch like 25 minutes worth of video to figure out how to set it up again. But regardless, hope everyone's having a good weekend so far. Wanted to do a little bit of an earlier stream. I don't mind streaming later at night. I typically find that it's like after I do a long stream or whatever, sometimes it's kind of hard to like wind down and like go to sleep. It takes me a bit of time. So are you guys able to hear me? Or am I just completely mute? So yeah, oh, I sound different. See if I can fix the sound settings. I really don't know how to do it though. I sound like I'm on like a radio or something like that. How do I fix the sound setting? Because the issue was when I changed it. Does this sound better or worse, or is it mimicking the music? If I do something like this, all right. Is it duplicating the music at all, or does it sound fine? I probably sound a bit better, but so the music's probably louder too. I don't know why it's picking up the music and it's like magnifying it. So let me know if like the music's too loud or if I need to change it. Again, I'm relying on your guys' feedback here. Let's go. Oops, too early. Like, let's go. Just bought a Mint 43 Sports Rapid. SR for 2.5 times the 4. Felt like it was a good deal. $199. Nice. I honestly completely missed the whole Rapid drop when it happened like 2 months ago at this point. I completely missed it. I think I overslept or I forgot or something happened. I knew that those were actually like decently popular at first. It's probably the typical where it's like the 2 highest rarities are always profitable, but the other like 2 or 3 are never, they're always below box. Vibes Tribe represent. What's up, Pixel Trader? What up, Vibes? What up, everyone? What's up, Bob Sales? 4th like. Kid to go to bed, but I'll be listening. Cool. Yo, any new drops? No drops. I know it's kind of unusual to I know it's kind of unusual for Veve to like not always have like an upcoming drop happening, but that seems to be the case here. I know there's always like a drop always happening at least within the next 2 days, but right now, yeah, there's nothing. Just this artwork thing, which kind of curious to see how much people are going to be bidding on these things. And you know what? I actually haven't really looked at these artworks hardly at all, because I mean, we're talking the top 0.5% of people on Veve that are actually like going for these things. But I meant to look up, is it under not collection? I guess it's just artworks. I'm actually curious to see how much these went for price wise. Like this one, 10,000 gems, won by Dizo. I don't know who that is. Don't know who Dizo is, but 10,000 gems for this guy. What did the Storm one go for? If I had to guess, 3,000? Okay, 4,209. Yeah. Pretty cool art. But dude, if you guys ever get the chance, like look at the artwork, looks cool, don't get me wrong, but like the amount of gems that people pay for these one-of-ones is really, really interesting. I like the Spider-Man #1. 8,000 for a Scotty Young Spider-Man. That's kind of cool. F for F, L for L. Oh, fall for follow, like for like, yeah. Why are we pumping? Thought VV's dead. I don't know if like we're pumping overall. I think it's kind of getting to the point where things are so cheap now where people are starting to finally accumulate. I mean, even I'm accumulating some things, not too much. I do have a plan for some stuff I still don't have. But I think things now are just getting so cheap where people are finally starting to accumulate. And on top of that, I do think word is getting out. Like, I mean, it's been what, a year and 3 months or so since like the market was like really going down in January of 2022. So, I mean, that's a whole, 15, 16 months that people have been hearing about VV. All it takes is a, handful of whales to get into VV, believe in the concept of digital collectibles and really put some money in. I would definitely agree. There's more whales on VV now than there was, a year and a half ago or whatever. I mean, that's obvious. So I do think that's part of it. Plus, I think there's a lot of people haven't been listing stuff. Walls get super, super thin. All it takes for certain collectibles, all it takes is like 2 or 3 purchases, and all of a sudden, like the floor price doubles. So we're seeing a lot of stuff like that. Also, I do think there's some minor pump group stuff going on. I do think there are groups of people with lots of gems pumping collectibles, or at least maybe not purposely pumping them, like, oh, we're gonna pump them and dump on everybody, but it's more like, hey, we're gonna let the price go down a bit, like with VV logo or something like that, where it's like it went way up, then down, then all of a sudden it just seems like everyone unanimously agreed, like, let's just buy all the VV logos for the next minute, and then it just flew up 50% in price. So there could be some stuff going on, but there's no way to confirm or deny it, right? Sporty Pants, yep, we hear you. Music sounds fine, but music's louder. All right. I could just turn down the music a bit more. I'll have to mess with I can't do it this stream. I mean, this is something that literally takes me 30 minutes to figure out, so I can't do it on this stream. What's up, Delilah? We vibing, yes we are. Thanks for stopping by. I do like your oh my gosh. Let me think. I need to think. I mean, this VV Arcade. That's what I was thinking about. VV Arcade profile pic. Cool Mo, what's up, dude? What up, Vibes? What up, fam? Hinano. Vibes, what's good? Latest comic pickups, IRL? I haven't bought any IRL comics just yet. I was gonna go to my comic shop today, because yesterday I was actually, by about noon, I didn't know this was gonna happen, but a bunch of my friends went over here. We went out to the pool, had some drinks, some tequila, then went to their place, had some more drinks. So it was a lot of fun, but by the time that happened, like all my comic shops are closed. But it's so strange, like there's so many, I don't know why, but a lot of comic shops are closed on Sunday. Like you would think, like I would imagine comic shops are open on the weekends. That's when people have free time to go out and, with their kids or go out and, buy stuff. But it's so strange that like 80% of the comic shops in my area are all closed on Sunday. Like there's like 5 that are, I mean, there's like, actually technically there's like no comic shops really close. Like they're all probably like at least a 10 or 15 minute drive from me. But like the 5 closest comic shops, I think 4 of them are closed on the weekend or on Sunday. So there's really only one that I could visit if I really wanted to like go get some comics on Sunday. I thought that was just really peculiar. So I don't know if that's just like a comic thing or whatever it is, but no recent pickups in real life. Right now I'm kind of just sticking to stuff I like art-wise. I've also been watching a ton of YouTube videos on just comics in general, just kind of immersing myself in the community, what people value, some of the pitfalls of comic collecting. Like they're like, yeah, when you start, like, get what you want, get some cool covers, all that stuff. But eventually you get to the point of critical mass where you just have so many comics and like half the stuff you have, it's like Veve, right? Like there's all these things you thought that were cool and you bought, and then 6 months later you're just like, I don't even like this anymore, and you're just gonna like sell it. So yo, Vibes. Bioshock, what's up, dude? And then Pixel Trader, another Miles SR sold for 11K. New flow almost 14. Dude, look at Pixel Trader, always pumping his SR Miles. But I remember you landing that on drop. That was pretty nuts. When they gonna add payouts? I have no idea. I mean, I'm not planning on paying out of Veve or cashing out. And we got OG Vault in the house. What's up, dude? Appreciate you stopping by. But at least for cash out, so I'm not planning on cashing out of Veve. I mean, anytime soon. Even though I am in the profit, I think I've only put in. I kid you not. I think I've put in $600 into Veve. Obviously, I made a ton of gems in the bull run, lost a ton of gems in the bull run, or in the whole bear market. But overall, that's all I've put in. I think, I don't know how much my vault value is. I'm actually getting that merge thing finished. Did I close it? I think I did close it. So I kind of made the executive decision to cash out of the whole WB Warner thingy, whatever it is, the movie verse thing. It's cool. I bought a Mint 100. Here, I'll show you guys. See if I can pull this up. You guys able to see that? Okay, cool. So I did end up. Oh, there's a new sale. Oh, these are all sold out. It's just this going on. Listings. Why does this look so different? Oh, it's because it's like the Superman version. From like the Lord of the Rings like version or side, it looks a bit different. I minted a Mint 100 Justice, and I ended up selling that for 150. I just wanted to take the profit. I was like, I think a lot of people, like, there's hardly any activity on this. Like, when you compare this to like other NFT projects or Veve, I mean, there's what, like 5 sales a day, 6 sales a day, and honestly, people are just, the prices are just going to go lower and lower and lower. In my opinion. So it's like, I'm ready to kind of cash out. I put 300 into this initially, bought a couple like the Lord of the Rings thing, this one. I still have one to sell. Not that one. What is it? Listings. This one. This is actually my listing right here. The 973. As much as I love Lord of the Rings, as much as I love the mint number that I think a lot of people, some people know why I bought that mint number specifically. I mean, the fact that they're doing like one drop every like 6 or 7 months, they still haven't even unlocked the utility for this thing at all. I'm like, I'm not going to sit around and wait. And like, even if they did release the utility of this, it's going to be hot and popular for about 1 to 3 days, and then it's going to die out again. So, I mean, I do like NFT projects where they just don't have stuff happening all the time like Veve. So it is kind of nice to have like the occasional project where something happens, but something that happens like essentially with this track record twice a year. It's a little too slow for me. So I think I'm going to sell this final thing and completely cash out, put the money into ecomi or Veve or something like that. So that's my plan with this. I mean, I love Lord of the Rings. I love all this stuff. Maybe I'll buy back in at some point. But with like how cheap like ecomi is and everything like that, and just like Veve collectibles, like there's a lot of good stuff you can get for 300 or like for 350 gems. And there's just way more things I'd rather buy than hold on to this for what, a year plus, 2 years, 3 years, I don't know. Like what's even gonna happen? And this is kind of just like a glorified deluxe DVD edition thing, right? I don't know, that's just me personally. So do you think Gary has a chance? Gary who? I don't know what you mean by Gary. You're gonna have to elaborate, Justin, but I appreciate you being here. Need crypto to crash a bit more before Bitcoin halving. True, that would be nice. BJ says, sold my Disney D, Mint 77 today for 440. Not sure how I feel about it. But pumped to be able to shop around. I feel the same way. I had to let go of my Mickey hat, my golden moment Mickey hat. Was it here? I had to let go of my golden moment Mickey hat because I think I sold it for like 220. Obviously, way in the red. I'm talking 95% in the red on that collectible. But it's like I bought that because I still don't have an AF-15. I'm still trying to buy one. And to be quite frank, if there was a bull run, I think a common AF-15 is going to run harder than a 13,000 mint Mickey hat, sorcerer's hat. In my personal opinion, like AF-15 is the best comic on the app, bar none. It is the grail of all grails of all comics that we have on the app by far. And Mickey's hat isn't even, Mickey's hat's like mid-tier for golden moments. Not even all collectibles on the app, but that's just golden moments. So even though a ton of people bought at the top and they're probably going to hold even longer. I don't know. So Crazy Dan 420 VV vibes back by popular demand. Yes sir. Choo choo. Yo, what's good, Vibes? What's up? Vibes is back. Good crowd here. Always good to see you, dude. Yeah, if you guys have any questions or want me to check out anything, I have all these tabs open. Backdoor kicks, new to Veve. So what's a bull run? I keep hearing about it. Bull run is just, the term itself is just when the market starts recovering and it starts like the prices start going up very quickly. So people either start, there could be a lot of people right now with just money or gems that are just waiting to buy, or they're waiting for the bottom, right? And then once more, the terms like bullish and stuff like that is interchangeable. Basically, it's like information we find out that's going to be very beneficial that could either, like basically if Veve announced tomorrow, or I should technically say ecomi, like if ecomi announced tomorrow that, I mean, it's actually a bad example now because all the SEC, Binance, all that stuff, they're getting sued by the SEC. But let's just say at some point in the future, ecomi's like, oh yeah, by the way, Omi's on this huge exchange, like the price of Omi would skyrocket because now it's accessible to more people. Or if Veve had a partnership with Apple and it's public and Apple's like publicly displaying this information for everybody, like any kind of information that would be displayed to the masses or cause collectibles to go up innately or whatever it is, bull run is just essentially the market's going to be recovering for one reason or another. Sometimes it's sometimes the reasoning is just based off purely speculation, and other times it's actually like something that's actually going to happen. But essentially it's just, you know, bull run is just things are going up, bear is just things are going down. Like arguably the last year and a half it's just been a bear market because things have been pretty much everything's been doing nothing but going down except for the hyper top end grails and collectibles. Oh, we got the doctor in the chat. What's up? Oh, Dr. Profit. Oh, what's up, dude? I completely overlooked that. I get so caught up with chat and just trying to like catch up, so I don't make sure I don't leave you guys behind. How's life? Life's going great. I do want to start doing more live streams. I do want to start doing with just my background and just you know, recently with my new job, working in finance and stuff like that, I do kind of want to start doing some more like market stuff, but more like tracking indexes. So I was gonna actually reach out to like comics and crypto and sleep in comics and like my collectibles and those guys where it's like, hey, I want to start doing like an index on like Silver Age comics, Bronze Age comics. I would do Golden Age comics, but like according to Marvel, the only Golden Age comics I could see us like getting is like, right now we already have Marvel comics, but and it's like Captain America #1, like the first appearance of Captain America. That's kind of like the really Golden Age comics that I could really see us getting. But these are all Silver Age comics, technically, like Fantastic Four, Spider-Man, Hulk. We don't have Hulk yet, but we have Thor, we have Iron Man. We don't have X-Men yet. We do have Doctor Strange, we have Daredevil, we have we have all these characters. And it's just like, all right, let's just take how the performance of all of them, either by week or by day or however we do it, percentage-wise, and just kind of just track the index of like, hey, this is the Silver Age comic index. It's up X% or it's down X%. So that way you can kind of get the general trend of how well certain age comics are doing. Like we still don't have X-Men #1. We don't have Hulk #1 or first appearance of Hulk. So like there's still some comics that were waiting to be released. And even though this says like Captain America, or this isn't his first appearance technically, this is his Captain America #100. Interesting. So I was gonna kind of ask them because like Marvel has their own version of Silver Age comics, but then there's like the comic community at large. They have their own version of like Silver Age comics, like the timelines and stuff like that. So I just don't know how to like marry things up. And that's the other thing too. It's like, all right, do we do every comic in that region, or do we only do like the top 10 or 15 comics that are like the most popular that are technically going to be tracked? So we'll see. Oh yeah, I like that move. I'm perfectly fine with settling with a random 3-digit mint for way less and just getting paid out on a premium mint. Yeah. That's kind of what I did with that other platform. Like I love the Lord of the Rings and all that stuff, but it's just, the project's just moving insanely slow for what I want to do. And to be honest, it's one of those things where it's very easily to buy back in, right? All you literally need is a credit card. So it's not like some of the other platforms you have to like get a wallet and sign up and do KYC and this and that. It's just like, oh, if they do a cool drop and they're actually being more active, sure, I'll buy back in. But Vibes, please tell me you have a small stack of Electras. No, I do not. I do not have a Electras. I don't have any, I think. Do I have one? Let me see here. No. Or is it? It's with a K, right? It's not with a C. K. Electra. No, I don't have one. I think I had one at one point, but not anymore. Got my white and blue Veve logo. I actually sniped this on the market for about 175, 177, or sorry, no, 147. And dude, I did not think that I told myself, I'm like, I could definitely see this. A lot of people's price predictions on this was like 50 gems. If I remember telling people in my last stream, I'm like, dude, this thing could run to like 250. Like, it would not surprise me at all if whales were like, yeah, this is the first, this is like the original Veve logo. I want to have 27 of them. Yeah, I just want to own them all. Inano, my LCS never closes. He's always open from 10 and 8. In fact, I've never seen him take a day off. Really? I've not seen season 3 of Picard yet. I'm still hesitant to watch. I still haven't seen seasons 1 and 2, so I don't know about jumping into season 3, but I remember you telling me that I didn't need to necessarily you watch S3. What was it? I think you told me that I didn't necessarily need to see seasons 1 and 2, that I could just jump into 3, but just remind me if that's the case. Dr. Prophet, interested in a partner statue. I do, dude. I love the partner statue. That was actually wasn't my first golden moment. It's the second. I actually won it on drop. At the time, you know, this was 2.5 years ago. I didn't have a ton of money to put into Veve. A friend told me about it, and I was like, you know what? I actually won Elsa on drop, then sold her for like 250 or something like that. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go for it. And I actually won partner statue on drop. But at the time, I was like, you know what? I want to play this game. Like, I want to get more involved with Veve, buy more collectibles, start flipping, doing all that stuff. And I just did not have like thousands of gems or things to put into the platform. So what I did was sold it probably around 9,500. I think I sold around 9,000 on the way up. But I was just buying and just flipping and just trying to understand like the market and all that stuff. So could I probably made more money just holding Walt, of course, at the very top at like 40,000? Probably, but I definitely learned a lot about the market, just like selling it and just buying and selling other things, figuring out like what's popular, what's not, what's moving, which is what kind of kicked off my whole YouTube channel. Because before, I actually made a lot of money selling Team Fortress 2 like digital collectible hats and all that stuff. I did that like years and years and years ago, and I'm like, oh, this is like the same thing. It's like there's popularity, people want the OG stuff, and all that. So I mean, I definitely want to get Walt again, or definitely buy him back, but yeah, I just don't have one right now. I do think he's a Grail in long term. I just don't own one right now. Like him, Superman, Todd, like there's a lot of those ones where it's like they've always been a little bit out of my reach. I've actually been pretty patient with buying back into some of those. But no, Dr. Prophet, yeah, I would love to buy back into a statue at some point. What do you think of the Apple Vision Pro? Bullish? So I watched the ad very briefly. Actually, let me answer that question. Let me just catch up with chat, and I'll answer that question. Let me have an SR ASM 252 day 1 or 1 day, Dr. P. Yeah, dude, that would be awesome. Like 252 would be like a comic I wouldn't necessarily track like on an index of any kind, just because it literally just does its own thing. Will it show up if I do this? Yeah, it's so rare that it's impossible to track it, especially when like maybe for the commons it's not so bad, but definitely for the other rarities, like the mint numbers are just way too small. Like if you bought this, it's like, oh, this thing increased by 75% because it got bought here, or like 50%. It got bought here and now increased. Like walls are just too thin for it to actually like track it, in my opinion. I said this was your last stream, but the metallic red OC is going to at least double, and these Hulks will eventually pump closer to the 4th Hulk. Pure speculation, one of these Hulks will be metallic. We'll see. Like the red Hulk could be metallic. It's strange because I remember we talked about it actually on Veve Vault stream a little while ago, that the red Hulk, I don't think it'll be metallic. I think it'll just be the classic red. Like I think people would rather have that than just like a metallic Hulk thing. But the metallic, I remember reading the article on this, and it said that like, oh, we're gonna have more of these like throughout the year. We didn't get a single one. it really depends on what happens with this whole like, metallic series thing. I thought we were gonna get like a Sinister Six, like metallic red look, because I mean that's what Doc Ock is. But we'll see. See if it'll pull up. Yeah, I mean it's going for below 40 right now. But the second there is a tweet about another red metallic red or anything like that, this thing is gonna jump up to probably 90 at least. It'll probably at least like triple, like double or triple in price. It's just gonna skyrocket and then go back down and then back up, and it's gonna do its thing. But I'm not holding my breath for like the metallic red thing. Did you watch the new Miles Morales movie? No, I have not. I still haven't even seen Spider-Verse, so I'm way behind on all that like Miles Morales stuff. I know a lot of people love him, but I haven't seen it yet. Apple Vision Pro, I don't have much an opinion on it. It's just very, very expensive. I mean, you have to think about it this way. Only very certain people are gonna have not only do you have to have people that like Apple and the technology, you have to have people with enough money, you have to have enough people that are actually interested in that technology and all that stuff. So it's cool, don't get me wrong. It's just a ways off. I think it's a little bit of a ways off than people think. Skip season 1 and 2, it's trash. You can't do YouTube recaps. Season 3 Picard is insanely good. Okay, so that's what I've heard. That's what made me hesitant. I heard season 1 and 2 was not good. Golden Moment drops were amazing times. I agree. Golden Moments was that's what I kind of start as like the silver age of Veve. Like Golden Age was when it started all the way up until, because Disney flipped the whole game on its head. Disney changed everything. Disney/Marvel. Changed everything about Veve. So I think like the Golden Age was like all this season 1 stuff. It'll probably take me a while to like get there. Was pretty much all that season 1 stuff. But like once Disney, the Golden Moments got into the picture, everything changed on Veve. 252 is overrated. They'll drop more 1K comics and kill the prices. I mean, the comic itself, it's very, very, a lot of people like that comic. It's almost akin to like, I mean, it's the first appearance of the actual like suit in like its full form, I believe. I don't know why sometimes this gets stuck loading. I don't think like if they release like another 1K comic, it's gonna like destroy 252 or anything like that. But I don't know, just like, oh my gosh, dude, I forgot the name. It's a season 1 collectible, like I don't know why I'm thinking Bronson. No, it's the pony. It's the pony from Powerpuff Girls. And it's kind of more just like a flex piece, right? It's just so rare, so limited that, you know, the people that have it, awesome. But well, I think the worst thing that they could do, or Veve could do, is like re-release it. Donnie. Okay, Donnie, yeah. Veve Magic, what's up? Thanks for stopping by. Hey, Magic. Hi, friend. What's up, Veve Magic? I've been watching some of your stuff recently. I saw you got a new dog, right? Or was it a new cat? I know you got a new pet. I'm so sorry if I'm forgetting, but I did watch, I think it was a dog. It was a puppy. You were introducing it to your other dog. Super, super adorable. I forgot the names, but I remember seeing it on Twitter, which was super, super cute. So congrats on that. I'm sure your hands are full, taking care of them. Great to see just a normal Veve stream again. Market has been going up a bit lately. No? Yeah, I wish I could kind of... but no, like, sorry, I'd kind of... Dude, I'm sorry I'm like jumping around here. Like I haven't done like a live stream in a minute, other than the one I did last week. All this stuff was awesome, like way back here. But when we got Golden Moments, that kind of changed everything. How far up was Golden Moment? Did I just pass Golden Moments? No, it's up here. August, September, October. There it is. No, November is when it happened. So this is what it changed everything. I would say Marvel was huge too, but I think Golden Moments was what changed the Marvel/Disney, just completely changed the landscape of the platform. So I consider this is like the golden age, quote unquote. And then the Silver Age was probably around here. Even though it's kind of funny, Silver Age started with Golden Moments, but that's kind of where I would say it. Just like it's almost like a story arc or like a whole arc of Vivi's like history. Yo, Donnie, yep, Donnie, no, not Toby. He is a Grail. People don't know about him, but realistically, what do you expect? What do you think? What do you think we can expect of the Veve prices next bull run? I'd be pretty bullish, but there is just so much inflation with new collectibles coming out. I mean, yeah, gems are going to more places now, right? Honestly, it's impossible to say. I mean, I'm under the firm belief that all that stuff that happened late 2021 with all the fake gems getting pumped in the market, I don't think people still know how much fake gems was pumped into the market. I mean, ask yourself this. If you found a loophole to basically print infinite gems, and it took Veve months to find out, how many gems do you think you would have printed? I mean, assuming you could do, I don't know, 100 hour or something like that, or I don't know, running multiple bot accounts, like whatever these people were doing. I genuinely think there was so many gems pumped in the market that a lot of the places were artificially pumped, a ton. Are they going to return back to old prices? Some stuff, but I think the majority of stuff, no, not in the near future, like after the next bull run. I think in order for some of those things to hit back like their all-time highs, we would definitely need mass adoption on like a huge scale. Like basically Veve would have to be akin to like a household name to like either across the world or at least like the US and parts of Europe and all that stuff. It would, because there were certain points where I was thinking back and I'm like, I don't know, like how popular would Veve need to be in order for Walt to go back? And I love Walt, I love Steamboat Willie, I love a lot of the collectibles that hit all-time highs, but it's like, how big does Veve need to be for the floor price? I'm talking the floor price, get back to 45k or 10k on Steamboat Willie. I think it's going to take a while, and there's a lot of money, there's still a lot of whales out there and stuff like that, but it's going to take some time. But I'm looking forward to a lot of things that are going to happen into the future. Like as long as David Yu is still running around doing his thing, I'm excited. So yeah, new puppy. Becky and Bunny, Toy Story 4. Yeah. Love the new puppy video. Yeah, of course, everyone loves a puppy. I'm still bullish though, but I'm expecting half the price of our top. Yeah, exactly. I don't think it would take a while for them to hit their all-time highs. Could you know, Walt run back up to like 10k or 15 or 20 like in the near future, like a next bull run? Possibly. But like 40, 45, it's a bit of a stretch. Still trying to get a golden moment R2D2. That's a fantastic drop. That's the first appearance, right? So you can do it, Jeff. We all can if we believe hard enough and have enough money. You need enough money too, so. I got Gwen SR comic in the drop, then tried to sell it. When it hit 500 to swap to get an R2, but then people stopped buying now, so I have to wait to get back up. Yeah. Well, congrats on that SR drop for the Gwen. That's awesome. Yeah, dude, people are loving the Gwen Spider-Man. Like, I knew it was going to do well, but I didn't think it was going to do that well, surprisingly. Let me catch up with chat, then we might look at some market stuff really quick. Did not take them months to find out about the gem hack? Yeah, it took them months. You know, I don't want to talk too much about stuff that happened a year and a half ago, but I do think those all-time highs were not just natural gems or just people just buying into stuff, right? There was a lot of times during when the market was starting to go down, I was thinking to myself, I'm like, man, are people that jump into the Veve app really just going to spend, you know, I don't know what Todd went to, but like $12,000 on Todd just right off the bat? Unlikely. Some might, but yeah, I joined Veve Disney Week. Got the Disney tweet about golden moments was huge for Veve. Got me. Yeah, it's kind of weird how like a lot of these partnerships, it doesn't seem like Disney's like Disney or Marvel or even like, we actually haven't had a DC drop in a long time. Now that I think about it. But like, I feel like we just haven't got a lot of like notoriety. I don't know if that's on Vive's part and they're like trying to keep it low key, or maybe that's something written in their contract. I have no idea, but I'm ready for the Veve Magic Collector Spotlight. Congrats, Win. I got it too. Hanging on. True, dude. That whole Collector Spotlight thing was super cool. Even though it was like 15 seconds long. It would have been cool if there was like a very, very brief interview, like a 3-minute interview, like nothing too in depth or anything like that. But it would have been nice to have, you know, Silicon Secure like do a quick interview with Corey or something like that. Just ask a few questions. That way we can kind of get, because most of us know him, right? Silicon Secure, but now, you know, there's still a lot of people that don't know him. But like actually having people speak and all that stuff and actually getting to know the person, the way they talk, the way they feel about the community, how they carry themselves. I think all that stuff's really interesting. But no, that was really cool that he got picked first, so congrats to him. Smarty Pants 187, I think all-time highs are possible for sure, especially considering many of us paid real money at those high prices, regardless of fake gems. And the market, we just don't want to take a big loss, just depends. Yeah, I would say yes and no to that. A lot of people did put in real money, but I think at the same time though, we're like, I think a lot of people put in money like during, you know, that first week, or, you know, maybe like late November, early December, they bought stuff, and those things kept on going up, you know, like a 2.5x, 3x. Some things even did like a 5 or a 10x. And then you sell it for gems. It's like, all right, you put in 200, but you got 1,000 now. Like you just got a 5x on your investment, at least in, you know, Veve's eyes and gems. But happy for others to get the spotlight though. So many amazing collectors in the community of deserving a spotlight. Yeah. I think it's kind of cool. They said too that they're going to cover like big and small collectors, right? Not just like the biggest collectors. Like in the community, like they can do both, which is kind of nice. Because I really think there's a lot of really, really smart collectors out there that don't have a lot of money, or a lot of smart collectors that do, and they should be highlighted. So. Hey Vibes, glad you're on. Me too, dude. It's a little warm in my room. To be honest, my room does not have like the best ventilation. I have a single AC vent, and I got like a fan blowing in here and all that stuff. But it's summer in Arizona, and I'm starting to feel it. So yeah, I broke my own rule and added 10 gems to go for the Gwen comic, and got the SR and rebound. What do you mean? Having anything more than an uncommon for 6 months on comics? Maybe that's it, dude. Maybe you found the code. Maybe you found the code about you got to add some gems, and like maybe we'll just get you something good. Maybe that's it. So, all right, we'll go ahead and take a look at the market here, at least like what's going on. Let's see if I can. Really wish I could like scoot this over. What if I zoom in? All right, that doesn't make it better. I guess I could move my camera. Just a little bit of a pain to move it back. All right, let's just move myself over here. We'll do that. Put myself in the corner. There we go. To be honest, so I've only been on VMate a couple times, so I really wish, like, ecomi wiki, you know, Omi the Clown's platform that he supported for a long time. It doesn't exist anymore. I did hear some tweets or some talks that he might bring it back, or there's something going on. I'm not entirely sure, but I really wish I could go back to just like looking at general market values, what's up, what's down. This sometimes isn't always accurate. Sometimes it really conflates the prices. You know, it's like it's saying that this X-Men Holiday #1 special went up like 101%. I kind of doubt that. And, you know, it says like this thing is up 0%, but it's up here. So sometimes this part is kind of hard to read. I do know that, what is it? My NFT tracker is a great platform too to kind of help just like track the market. But again, it's one of those things where it only shows you the first few rising NFTs. We'll take a look at this. Maybe this is up. Is this really up? 11 gems on the day. I feel like that's kind of hard to believe. Let's take a look at collectibles. See what's up right now. Black Panther, huh? So Black Panther's up a bit. Lounging Toby. So we got some Disney posters, at least just like the rocket to the moon. And I kind of find some of this stuff hard to believe. Black Panther, the rare too, is up of all things. Like, what's the price of that? So let's look at Black Panther. Let's type in Panther. Let's show more results. The rare. It's at 35. What did it say on the market here? It's at 35. I don't know. Was it at 20 at one point? Maybe a few people bought these. Maybe these prices are accurate. I'm not tracking the market as much as I used to. So before, you know, back when I streamed a lot, like a year ago, I mean, I was on the market all the time, looking at prices all the time. But also back then, there was way less collectibles and way less comics going on. So it's kind of a bit easier to track overall like price movement. But now there's just so much stuff going on. It's kind of hard to figure out what's really happening with the market and like what the general trend is of stuff like moving. I put a rule that I wouldn't add more gems other than the 60 gems I started with. Now I invested 70. Oof. I mean, one could argue that, like, I mean, if there's a Grail drop happening or like a very popular, important drop, I think adding a bit more money isn't the worst thing. But I mean, if that's your rule, you know, it's okay to break a couple, you know, once in a while. I mean, that was me with the giant size X-Men drop. Like, I had enough gems to obviously play the drop, but I wanted to buy more in the secondary, so I ended up actually adding money. I'm glad I did, because I ended up making a good return on my investment. I just wish I added more so I could actually buy the secret rare. But when crypto goes into the next true bull run, people will be flooding money into NFTs again like before. The easier Veve makes it to do so, the better. Omi will play a role too, of course. Yeah, I think a lot of that's going to hinge on, one, like you said, crypto, but also B, how well Veve does with the Omi utility stuff. Like, how soon can they add that program? How soon can they get even just MCP going? Like, we can see our points, that's awesome. But the fact that we can't really do anything with it yet, does kind of suck. But Delco dude, hey friend, hope you're doing well. Mr. Streams, Veve looking good lately. Yeah, it is. I mean, if you got Black Panther rare, pumping 75% on the day, that's pretty good. Last 24 hours. I'm not sure if that's because of delistings, or maybe at 20 gems people thought the rare was just like way too cheap. Who knows? I will say this, there is a handful of collectibles I just been kind of keeping in the back of my head. I haven't really like done a list. But there was a few like that was kind of on my radar. I think one that especially during the whole Star Wars week, I was keeping a close eye on Boba Fett, especially the ultra rare. I know there's a lot of mints of him. How many mints are there again? Just shy of 6,000, which today's day, that's a lot. But he's almost at box price. So it was 80 gems to play the drop. Or was that 89? He's actually gone up a bit. There was a period of time where he was at like 84, so he's actually gone up a tiny bit. Boba Fett. That one, Daredevil. I think Daredevil's a bit of a sleeper. First off, I think he's slightly above box. Was he 60? No, he's 50, so he's actually above retail. But there's only 2,400 of him. One's in circulation, so just shy of like 2,500. I mean, there's 3,300 something burned. So I do think Daredevil's a bit of a sleeper on here. Is he as popular as Hulk? Is he popular as some of the other like premium digital collectibles we have? No, but Silver Surfer is another one. Just ones I'm like kind of keeping my eye on. Like nothing I did buy a Daredevil a while back, I think 455, so right now I'm kind of like breaking even or slightly profitable. Only issue with Silver Surfer is, again, he's a little bit high on the mint count, and this was before they started doing all this like burn mechanic stuff. So I feel like if they did do a burn mechanic thing, I'm not sure if Silver Surfer sold out the same day. I feel like it did. But I mean, this was released almost a year ago, July 24th. Yeah, God, it's crazy to think that like Silver Surfer or even Darth Vader. Sometimes I forget Darth Vader was released 1 year ago, a little over a year ago at this point. Vader sitting chill at 524. Yeah, it's hard to believe May 29th Kind of hard to believe that it's been over a year since Vader came out. It almost feels like Vader came out 5-6 months ago in some ways. Actually, let me move my camera back. Get myself out of the... I think that's good enough. Agreed. I tried to sell what I have first before adding more gems, but I ran out of things to sell. Yep. Daredevil has so many burn editions. True. Anyone's excited for FA Thanos soon? That is true. There's a lot of stuff actually like up on the horizon. But Thanos is excited. I did craft the gauntlet. I did not craft the SR version, so I'm not going to get the Warrior Thanos or whatever. But I think Thanos is going to be a big one. I thought Boba would move. I lost 1,600 gems on drop for Boba. Then I stacked up to 10 UR Boba, but it didn't move and slowly sold to go for other stuff. Yeah, it's tough. I mean, a year ago, everything looked different, right? The whole, even just a year ago, the whole landscape of Veve was very different, where people were still on the cusp of like, all right, are we going to recover? Are we not? And like, what's going on? And 80 gems was very, very high back then for a drop. I'm just hoping next bull run, the Veve team does some real marketing. And I don't mean hoping that Disney will tweet something, but I would like to see Veve spend a few, I think you meant a few million on marketing, yeah. Yeah, Thanos is going to be exciting. Let's see if I can find that tweet over here. Well, in case you guys were, I mean, here's, I just typed in Veve Thanos, but like, here's actually Pixel Trader's tweet. Of course, I liked it. In just 7 days, when was this tweeted? This was yesterday, right? I'm already like losing my days here. Yeah, this was yesterday. So in 7 days, first appearance of the Mad Titan himself, Thanos will be coming to Veve official. Amazing quality, 3D, collectible, iconic MCU villain, and fun ending to collecting and crafting and burning. Yep. Good luck on the random mint numbers. Yeah, it's gonna be really cool. So this is the one I'm gonna get. This is the one that very few people are gonna get. And then of course more pictures of him. So yeah, dude, it's super exciting. It's kind of funny how we actually ended up getting what's his name? Let's actually close this and go back. That we end up getting like the more modern MCU villain. Dude, what's his name, man? Dude, like my brain is just like in slow mo today. Kang the Conqueror. That we got Kang the Conqueror before we did Thanos, but it was a great lead up to this point. I'm kind of curious if Veve had that planned all along, or like Marvel had that planned all along. The whole like creating all the Infinity Stones and then mixing them all together and burning them and making the gauntlet. Kind of curious if they actually had that in mind, or they actually got that idea from the community and they're like, all right, let's do it. So would it be nice to see Silver Surfer and Moon Knight get some burns? That would be nice. At least like ways. I mean, technically they could, right? What's the what's that group called? There is a group. I could have sworn there was a group. I could have sworn it had Moon Knight in it too. There was a group called like the Midnight Suns that had, I could have sworn it had like Daredevil, Moon Knight, has Blaze, Morbius, Ghost Rider. I'm like, it'd be kind of cool if there was a burn mechanic, or like, hey, you craft a group and then you can burn them to get like a new thing. But I guess Daredevil isn't in that one, so I take that back. Maybe not. I was looking at my other monitor here. Want to burn sets like Moon Knight, Mr. Knight, Zombie Cat, etc. Get an animated SR collectible. Yeah, that would be awesome. Not sure what you would get in exchange though. If you guys have any ideas about that, kind of like what would, and I think it would obviously have to be like relevant to like Marvel, or at least like if you burn those, like something happens. Next drop, June 13th, Miles Morales Spider-Man number 10. To be honest, I've not looked at that. I've not looked at that comic at all. That'd be awesome, VV Magic. Yeah, if we can do something about these old collectibles that kind of reduce the amount in circulation. Just checking my phone really quick. I've not looked at that comic at all. Is it in the store yet? If not, we'll just quickly look at it on VV. It's not what I wanted to click on. Let's actually take a look at this really quick. Sorry if I'm kind of jumping around a lot, so I apologize. Is this right? I'll look at this one too. But in the meantime, we'll take a quick look at this. So this is Miles Morales, Spider-Man number 10. This is the, well, it's no longer the Medium article. Now it's like the VV blog page, which is really cool. These are the covers. They look pretty cool. I don't know who that is. It looks like, kind of looks like Ant-Man, but not really. 10,000 mints, 7 gens. I do like the art. In a weird way, I kind of like the rare a bit more. Let's take a look at how much it is on like Go Collect. Well, I don't have like a premium account or anything like that, but I mean, it's such a new comic. I mean, this comic is only, it says it came out 2019. So this comic's only 4 years old, not even. Looks cool. I don't know the relevance of it. There's no first appearances or anything like that that I can see here. Unless you guys know something I don't. I mean, I've kind of got to the point now where it's like, if it's a Miles Morales or like a super popular character, I'll throw at least one drop at it, but going after extras, I probably won't. At least me personally. Probably won't go for like extra ones. I think it's always worthwhile to go for one, because that's actually how I landed my like Scorpion secret rare or whatever. I was like, well, actually with Scorpion, I think I was trying to go for as many as I could, but I can only land one. And I'm getting lucky with that. Kind of got messed on the edge of Spider-Verse. I was 2 for 2 on the comments. Casual Vivi, what's up? Good evening, Vivi vibes in chat. Looking forward to future Capcom drops too. Yeah, I still have my my dragon. There was at least like 5 or 6 times I was contemplating selling it, and I did try a couple times, but the floor was just going down too fast. But at this point, I'm like, this is the animated version of like the more popular dragon. If they do, I think David Yu has hinted that they're going to do more Capcom stuff, and so he's pretty excited for that. And I think he's excited not just for the fact that it's like, all right, now we're getting some like some of like the like Pacific, like Asian, like people or community, and those people like involved in like we have more drops kind of catering to them. But just in general, it's like we got cool stuff happening. So still accumulating good, accumulating good sniped and drops to not sell anything. Comic is FA Ultimatum. Interesting. What's he like as a villain? We got VV Magic schooling me on comics. I like it. Is he like a signature villain? Oh, it's the big guy. Okay, the big guy. That's Ultimatum. Okay. I thought it was like the villain or something like that. Thank you. Really wondering if someone will come from the dragons. David really emphasized them, but it could just be David being David. Yeah, David is like really excited about stuff. I mean, if you guys all heard the curse of like whenever he tweets out something or whenever he's really excited about something, it kind of like doesn't end up doing too well. Like whenever he tries to like overhype stuff, it ends up not doing too well, like in the market or in the store, which is kind of funny. It almost kind of reminds me of like the Madden curse. I don't know if you guys have ever played like Madden, obviously on consoles or whatever, but like a long time ago, there was this curse. I think it happened like 2 or 3 years in a row, where anyone that was like on the Madden cover, they either got injured or like something happened to them, like usually bad. And they ended up like just like not doing well that year. So it was kind of a curse where like whoever was on the Madden cover that year, like the video game, like Madden cover, like ended up just not doing well, which was kind of funny. So it kind of almost reminds me of that, but I don't know. David is excited about a lot of stuff. I know nothing about him, just saw in the article. I gotcha. That's right. No, what's up, Veve? I started following you on Twitter the other day. It's just hard because like there's just so many cool people in the community, and it's just so hard to keep up with everyone and what they're doing. So like if I'm not following you on Twitter, like don't take it personally. It's just I'm not on Twitter that much, to be quite honest. There's like a very small handful of people I do like get notifications when they tweet and stuff, but for the most part, there's just so many people in the community like doing all kinds of stuff, and there's way more content creators and way more people being active in the community than there was before. So Delco dude had just like the Madden curse. Yeah, who's on it this year? I'm not drafting them in fantasy. Yeah, I think it was kind of like an old thing. I think it was for like 2 or 3 years. Something bad happened to them. I don't know. I haven't played Madden. I'm not a huge fan of sports games in general. I think the last sports game I played was NBA like 2K10 when they had like Michael Jordan for the first time like in the video game, and it was like a huge deal. They probably had to pay Jordan an obscene amount of money to have him in the game. But let's look at the market right now. Like live. Let's look at the market live. The only thing I don't like about, I really hope Veve fixes this, is that the market, when you look on it on the web app like this, it's not up to date. Like it's not, like if you do it on the phone, if you guys have noticed, every time you open up the collectible or like even the comic app or like in the market, if you just click refresh, it'll just show you the newest things that got posted. So it's usually easy to snipe. Like if you refresh a comic page and there's new comics there at the top, meaning someone listed something. So you could, usually I just quickly check like, all right, the commons, uncommon, rare, ultra rare. Maybe someone listed something for super cheap, or maybe they listed like a super low mint number thing for floor price, and it's easy to snipe. But on desktop or on like the web app, it's always the same thing every time. Like it'll stay like these top, I don't know, 15 that are showing right now will be the top 15, or like however it's laid out right now will be like this all day, and it doesn't update. So I kind of hope Veve changes that so it's like easier to snipe, I guess, on here, unless they have to fix that. I feel like the collectibles update kind of frequently. Sometimes it's right, sometimes it's not right. Sometimes it's not the best. Not much here, just joining and chilling with y'all. Nice. Refresh the page. We'll see. I'll refresh this page in like 20 minutes. Maybe not 20 minutes, like 2 minutes. And we'll see if anything updates. It's cool, homie. I feel like I'm hardly even in Twitter. I just got to post a picture and I'm like, yeah, exactly. That's the only thing I kind of don't like about Twitter is like you have to constantly be interacting for people to like remember you or like notice you or like get a bunch of likes and follows and all that stuff. I don't know. Like I don't mind it, but it does sometimes feel like a second job where you have to like constantly be posting to like stay relevant. Like, hey, like I'm posting, I like, I comment, I retweet, I exist, I'm relevant like all the time. I don't know, I guess calling me old school, but refresh the page. Yeah, we'll refresh the page right now. Let's see if this updates. So we have, of course. Okay, so this does update. When I click the comic page, maybe they fixed it because I could have sworn for like a long time it doesn't update. Okay, maybe it is updating because Guardians of the Galaxy was the very top left corner one, and now it's not. I get it. Twitter's a strange place. Not so much a strange place, but it's, yeah, it is a strange place. But it's more just the fact that I feel like a lot of people are either on it constantly or they're hardly on it at all. And I guess I'm more of that, the former. I'm just not on it that much. I obviously, if I'm going to be doing more content and stuff, I got to be on it. Got to be tweeting. Got to say hi and good take. And, you know, always got to put those like those like 1 or 2 word like comments. Like, oh, let's go. This is great. Adorable. That's awesome. Black cat. Let's go. 260. 30,000 mints on this. It's kind of gotten to the point now. It's kind of hard to really buy into or start stacking comics that have more than like 10,000 mints. I'd say 20,000 is like borderline, but I've really started to look at the 10,000 mint or less comics over the last like 6 months. Ever since the whole 10,000 mint thing and even like the 7,500 mint thing started becoming like the norm, it's really hard to go back and be like, I'm only saying this because I stacked a bunch of Ghost Riders where it's like, yeah, I'm going to go back and stack a bunch of Ghost Riders, but there's 30,000 of them. Obviously, not all of them are in the comments, but just in general, where it's like, holy moly, this guy, Big Hefe. Okay, he doesn't have that many up, but I mean, he has like 10 of these up right now. And JMO has a bunch up right now. So I'm definitely kind of leaning more towards the scarcity over the popularity is still important, but the scarcity is a big one too. If you're not on Twitter, you don't know what's happening. Exactly. That's actually another huge reason, NFT Hero. I'm kind of curious to people in chat. How many people in chat had a Twitter account before Veve? I bet a lot of people did not have Twitter, including myself. I think I had one, but I was never active on it, or I like accidentally made one with like a weird email and I just never cared to like be active on it. But like, I'm kind of curious actually how many people had Twitter accounts before Veve. I kind of doubt a lot of people did. I definitely was one of those people where like I literally created a Twitter account just because of Veve, so I can get like the latest updates, or in my case, because I also like made content and stuff, wanted to like post all like, hey, I got a video out or whatever. Like, kind of curious if any of you guys were in that boat. Veve Wolves, I love being in the Veve feed. That's our home and kitchen. Just wish there was more to do in the feed. I agree. I wish there was actually like, it's been like this for a long time. Like, we can't even use the feed on the desktop. That's where you can do the most like fun stuff, is on desktop. I would love to do like more cool stuff with like the showroom and do some like Photoshop stuff and like make it look cool, but you can only do it on your phone. But yeah, I think that's the other reason. I think that's another thing that Veve's trying to figure out is what is there gonna like, what is there to do on the Veve app other than AR and going for drops, really? And maybe sniping, you know, people go on that, but I'm kind of using those interchangeably. We're like, oh, those are the big 3 things, like sniping in the market, playing a drop, doing AR. Like, what else is there to do, right? The Veve feed does help, and you kind of connects with other people and cool stuff, and, you know, other than that, I think that's one thing that Veve's kind of struggling with is like, what can we do to get people to go on the app and stay on the app? Uncle Dude, what's up? Any comics you're going after? Yes, a handful. So there's actually a lot of comics I'm going after, and I've been kind of just saving up some gems just so I can kind of go for all of them. A lot of it's just like the old school ones. A lot of them were just like way too expensive 6 months ago, a year ago. Like they were just still way too expensive, so I just waited because I'm like, wait, if we're doing less mint numbers, we're in a bear market, everything's gonna start going down. So like literally a lot of these comics I still don't have. Oh, there's actually a lot of amazing Spider-Mans. Holy moly, we have a lot of amazing Spider-Mans. All right, well, first and foremost is Amazing Fantasy. I don't have it. I actually did not land this on drop. My old roommate did. I told him about the drop the day before. I woke him up about 2 minutes before the drop. I'm like, hey, dude, like the drop's happening. He's like, oh, okay. He's like half awake. Like hung over probably. We'll take our phones. I have my phone like directly connected to the internet and all that stuff. He's on Wi-Fi. And somehow he lands the drop and I don't. And I'm like, did you get one? He's like, yeah, I did. I'm like, what is it? He's like, I don't know yet. And we waited a couple minutes, ended up being a common, which is still amazing, right? Still back then, I mean, I think it ran up to like 800 gems. I'm like, dude, that's nuts. Like, I didn't get one. I tried the rebound, couldn't get one. He's like, well, is that it? I'm like, yeah, that's it. Like, you got one. Congrats. He's like, cool. Like, went back to sleep. I'm like, oh my God, this guy just like, He still has it on his app. He still has like the Amazing Fantasy on his app. I just told him like, if you're not going to be active on it, I'm like, just chill on that. I'm like, I'll tell you when cash out happens. I'll tell you when your collectible goes above like 500, 800, whatever gems again. And you can sell it, just cash out, like whatever. He's like, oh, okay, that'd be cool. So Amazing Fantasy 15 is one I wanted. The other one is just amazing. Let's see if I can find it here. I know it's super small picture for you guys, but I can see it. Okay. I still don't have Amazing Spider-Man #1. Or sorry, number 3. No, I have this one, maybe in common form. But I don't have ASM #1. I don't have Fantastic Four #1. I don't have Fantastic Four #5. Could I afford most of those right now? Yes. But I'm kind of waiting to like buy them all at the same time. Do kind of like a fun Twitter post of like all these like old school grails that I've not grabbed yet. Just kind of do it all at one time. Because a lot of those are like under like 20 gems right now. Like Fantastic Four, not annual. Like even this one, I think this is like, yeah, it's like 17. The common right now is, it's under 20 gems right now. These are actually cheaper than the like Amazing Spider-Man, like Sandman and not Falcon, Vulture, stuff like these are actually cheap. I mean, there's 60,000 mints, but so at one point I do want to grab all of those. Right now, mostly it's just AF15. I had one from years ago that I never used. Got one strictly for Veve and the community. Yeah, same here. Like whenever I have my friends ask me, they're like, "Hey, you have a Twitter account?" I'm like, "Yes," and they're like, "What is it?" I'm like, "I'm not gonna tell you because I don't want." It's like more of like a business thing. I don't know. It's more of about this community than like a personal one. So I don't really tell my friends about it. There's only a very small group of them that actually know or understand Veve or care about digital collectibles, and I do not blame them. Like it's one of those things where it's like you really have to go out of your way to like want to be invested into like, you have to be, you don't have to be, but if you are big fans of like Marvel or comic collecting or Disney or anything like that, it does help a lot to like get into this and you want to like invest the time. But if there are people that aren't interested in those things, or I just call them normies, to be quite frank, I don't blame them. Me too. Yeah, so NFT Hero, you're one of those guys too. You didn't even have a Twitter account before Veve. Is a new Miles comic there dropping on Tuesday? Vibe in the physical. We just looked that up. Veve Wheels. Looks like a 9.8 was like $60. I think it's just too new. I mean, it dropped in 2019. It didn't seem to have any first appearances or anything like that, so it might just be like a cool looking cover. But I doubt. I mean, someone will probably do a more in-depth review than I just did right now about the relevance of it or anything like that. I didn't get Twitter until pretty far into Veve, September 21st. Okay. But like, when did you start Veve Magic? Like, did you start in August or even earlier than that on Veve? Were you a Veve fan before Disney? That's something if you were. It's pretty interesting. Like well before. Yeah, me too. Created for Veve. Comics are coming too. Can't wait. Oh, comic burns. I was like, wait, like comic burn S? I'm like, what's going on? Comic burns are coming too. Can't wait. I'm really curious how they're gonna do comic burns. I've said this before. I actually mentioned this at the Veve at DCon, at like the Veve booth where everyone's asking questions. Just because it looks unique. Actually, I saw, where is it? I actually saw a print plate. If you guys didn't know, and I only know this because a job I used to work at a long time ago involved like printing and all that stuff. And so we used to deal with like, back then we used to do like print plates and stuff. I think a lot of companies still do. It depends on what's being printed. I'm just looking at this, but if you guys didn't know, like the print plate, like it'd be so cool. Why am I, as I zoom in, this picture gets smaller. It's so weird. But if you guys didn't know, is, I mean, I think it'd be kind of cool if you burned like a full set of comics. So it's just like you burn the common, uncommon, rare, ultra rare, secret rare, whatever. I think that would kind of be more bullish for like the higher end stuff. So it would cause secret rares, ultra rares, and rares to like go up in price because people are buying those to like burn the set to then get the print plate. Or if you just burned, I don't know, 20 commons. It'd be kind of cool if you had to burn like 5 commons, 3 uncommons, like 1 rare, or like 2 rares, ultra rare, and like 1 secret rare to get the print plate. But like these, like if you got like a print plate, I mean, A, it kind of looks cool, but B, like this is, they're literally like one of a kind. Because I mean, for some comics, it's like there's thousands or millions of them, but there's only one of these. I wouldn't say only one. I'm sure there's multiple print presses and all that stuff, but like this stuff is like very collectible. There's people that do collect like print plates of like certain like newspaper articles or whatever it is, and it's kind of crazy. People do collect those things, so that could be an idea if they did like a burn mechanic, or at the very least if they didn't do like print plates or whatever, they did like a cool like rainbow holographic cover version of the like original cover, where it's like, hey, if you burn X amount of these, you get like a cool holographic cover, or maybe it's animated. I know the DC platform had like the first animated cover or something like that. It'd be kind of cool if there was like an animated cover for burning. Been on Twitter since 2007, very early adopter. Back then we had an amazing gaming community. We could talk dirty to developers and publishers. The feeds were not cluttered. Yeah, and now it's just riddled with ads. That's the other thing I'm actually afraid of with the whole like Apple headset thing, is it's going to be ads galore. Anytime people have a lot of eyes, or if there's a particular piece of technology or whatever, there's going to be ads. You know, if we're talking like either the new Vision headset thing that Apple is coming up with, or if they come out with like Google Glasses or Apple Glasses or whatever, like AR function, you walk around, there's going to be ads. Like there's going to be digital ad space on the walls. Like you walk by your bar, you look at your bar, like a I don't know, like a local dive bar or whatever. You look at it, it has the menu pop up, right? And you're like, oh, here's a drink, happy hour special, blah, blah. But then you like look somewhere random, like either in the bar or like maybe there's like a huge wall along the bar, and there's going to be ads there, like virtual digital ads. And you're like, move up your headset, it's not going to be there, but you put it down. So it's almost like you can double up on your ad space, like physically, which is kind of nuts to think about. But anytime people have a lot of eyes somewhere, there's going to be advertisers. So not sure how that's going to happen with the headset, but that's just how I imagine the future is going to be, unfortunately. EV wheels, $60. I don't know what we're talking about. Maybe you mentioned something a long time ago, but I don't remember what the $60 was about. March 2021. Oh, okay, so you've been on Veve for a while. You're one of the OGs. You're definitely an OG. I think people that came before, I think that's the other thing too. I think people that came before Marvel and Disney were Veve OGs, right? Anyone after that was like, you kind of joined in because you heard the mass appeal, or you heard it from, I don't know, someone else. Comic books would help ASM 14. ASM 14 has 70k mints. True. So that's the first appearance of Green Goblin. That is one that's, I mean, Green Goblin is one of the, if not the most classic villain that Spider-Man fights. It just has a lot of mints. We'll go and take a look at it, actually. If I just type in 14. I don't know if I have to put in like hashtag 14 or something like that. I can just find it on this list. I think it's the very top one. Yeah, it is this very top one. So this is the one that Uncle Dude is talking about. So first appearance of Green Goblin. Let's go to the comic details. So this one does have 70,000 mints. I know it's kind of hard to see for you guys, but that's a lot of mints. It's actually the comic with the most mints on the app. One ton mon. Veve never came out, never gave out a prize for attending DCon kickoff party. Over 1 year now. I thought they did it with this Veve logo thing. The one that happened in 20 whatever. That was the Veve logo, right? I thought that everyone that went to that got airdropped or at least whitelisted to get this one for free. I think that was at least my understanding. Let me actually look at it. Let me look at the Twitter post. I'm pretty sure that's what they did. I have to go back a little bit. We're almost there. Let's see if this is the article for it. I thought they said it's somewhere in the article. I do remember reading it. It's somewhere in the article. I can't find it right now. Or maybe it was like an earlier article. But that is part of the reason why they held back way more. Okay, here it is. Actually, here it is. I mean, I'm sure everyone knows why, but I just wanted to kind of show it to Wonton. It was the logo. Total of 90 bits will be withheld with a total of 90 bits will be withheld by Veve for promotional team and comp distribution. There's a max purchase limit of 2 from the store for this digital purchase. So 90. So they withheld a bit more. Yeah, because you see here like they're withholding the first 41, but this one actually withheld 90. Because they didn't make that note on this, right? So they didn't have that same note of like, well, withhold. Or so there's 90. I thought they withheld more. I could have sworn there was a note somewhere. I know they did it, but... oh well. Moving on. They will. I'll be getting one myself, so I'm keeping tabs on it. Okay, so they haven't done it yet, but they will. So you guys are gonna get like airdropped one or something. Okay, that's cool. Let's go. Alex spoke about it Friday, Decon. Okay, cool. Around 100. Okay, gotcha. They held back 192 of the blue logos as showed in the drop listing in the app. Okay. Cool. Cool, cool. Yeah, dude, this thing ran up. I still think... I mean, what are the Veve logos doing right now? At least like the... let's look at the red one. I know everyone's doing like a red versus blue thing. Yeah, dude, this thing went down to like 200 very briefly, then like ran back up. Actually, Veve, this should have a good idea of like what happened to it. Comics collectibles. Veve logo. Give me the red one. Come on, V-mate. There it goes. Yeah, that's a small chart. There we go. So the 30-day... it was cheaper than that. I'm pretty sure... I thought this thing went down to like 250 at one point. It's kind of hard to do like intraday pricing. Actually, you can't. I mean, I actually don't know how often V-mate updates. But doing like intraday pricing is pretty difficult. I know the ecomi wiki did hourly because Omi the Clown had access to the API and all that stuff. So I'm not sure if this is like daily pricing or like how often this updates. I mean, I'm assuming it's okay. Maybe it does do hourly, but it's just like not being highlighted here, or you can't get it down to the hour after the day. But no, yeah, looks like it's been hovering around basically 370, between 370 and 400 for the most part all day today. But I do remember I could have sworn there was a time where it was down to like 250, then it ran back up to 400 where it's at now. Latest update, see all. Kind of curious to see what the gold and silver logo is doing. I'm not sure if this actually went down because Veve's releasing more logos or if it's actually ended up going up because it is the one with the least amount of mints and it's obviously the most unique one. 1 year. Gosh, it's crazy to think that back in September, so like 8-9 months ago at this point, It's going for 1600 and it just kept on going up and up and up. This might have been around the time where like David Yu like announced some like utility or something like that. Or that only certain people were getting it. Or that there was only like 700-ish or whatever that existed or less than that. Yeah. Would have been nice to get a logo. That is one collectible I think I would have never sold. Everything else I'm not like too attached to innately. Like I could see a world where like I do sell it, but like the gold and silver logo, I couldn't see myself selling it if I ever got one. Silver. Golden. Oh, okay. I put golden. Interesting. It's not showing up as a collectible when I type it in here. If I just type in Veve. Okay. Well, it's because it's called gold and white. No, that's white and orange. No. That's not what I wanted. Is it not under... Type in logo? Is it not on here? Can I not search? Okay, interesting. Or no, I may have to go down more. It's like not, you like cannot find that. I cannot find it. At least in the search bar. I'm sure if I just click on market, then collectibles, and I search down for 20 minutes, eventually I'll find it, but I'm not going to do that. What if I type in silver? Let's try that. Maybe it'll pop up when I say silver. Silver, no, it's not on here. If I did this, slash in there, no. Is it after? That's so weird, dude. I cannot find the gold silver logo in the search bar. Well, I think I bought my gold silver logo for just under 1400 before any utility was announced. Never selling that bad boy. Hell yeah. Utility was announced just after Decon UK, I believe, which is the price went up. Yeah, when he announced that, it went parabolic. I did not have even nowhere remotely that many gems on the app at the time to even like go after it if I wanted to. Plus, like, I was kind of hoping, I was like, all right, I'm gonna see him at Decon, like maybe I'll get one, but I think there was way too many people there. I do think the majority of the people that end up getting gold and silver logos were like typically the smaller events. I know he gave out a lot during the New York Decon thing. Or like, if it's, and to be honest, I was one of those people where I was like, why did he give so many out and all that stuff? But like all this stuff is like new, right? So like I think he just wanted to like make people happy and get people into Veve and all that stuff. And so, I mean, little did he know that he was basically handing out $3,000 checks to everyone that just like, hey, see this little piece of paper? Yeah, it's $3,000. You want it? But long story short, I think he just like wanted people to know about Veve and enjoy it and all that stuff. Yeah, getting those cards. I mean, I could totally see 10 years from now, if you have the physical card matching with the digital collectible, that is going to go for a premium. Like there's going to be some collector out there that's going to want to match the physical with a digital. That's for sure. What's Maestro doing? Maestro? I think it's just Maestro. What's he doing? Ooh, dude, he's going down. 38 gems right now, man. He's going for super cheap until the next Hulk drop gets announced, probably like a week or two from now, and then he's going to go up again. What's really going to hinge on the price of this guy is depending on the mint numbers of the next two drops. If this next drop is 2,222, he'll go up a bit. But whichever collectible is the bottleneck for getting the set or an airdrop, that one's always going to be 80% of the total value of the entire set, at least, right? Like if, let's say they drop 4 Hulks, the last Hulk is Red Hulk or something like that. Because like how many other Hulks are there? There's like Red Hulk. This is kind of like different Hulk. Maybe like what's it called? World Breaker Hulk. If they have that one, let's say, as the last mint, and it's like 1,101. Like that, I think that thing is going to be 400 gems, like easily. More than that. because that's going to be the bottleneck to get the airdrop. And I mean, if we're talking Cosmo and like Rocket Raccoon, like that's the bottleneck, that's the airdrop, and that thing was going for like 300-400 gems. Imagine a 1,111 mint drop for Hulk, and then you get the airdrop after that. Like that's gonna go for way more. So it's probably more than that. They were giving out UR Vaders at Decon kickoff when they were at 3K. No, I was talking about the VV gold and white logos. Or maybe they did. I have no idea, but all I know is the gold and silver logos, I mean. They gave away one Vader, as I recall. David Yu said, that's $2,000. They gave away one Vader. Oh, did they? Huh. I mean, to be quite frank, I probably would have... I don't know, it's so hard. Like, I say stuff now, but like the way I was thinking a year ago, let alone like 2 years ago or like a year and a half ago, when I was like relatively new to Veve, or a year ago at this point, like everyone was just moon. We're going to the top. This is it. We made it. And then we found out we weren't. Yeah, Decon kickoff. Logos weren't given out until, okay, San Diego Comic-Con. Okay, that was it. Then they went to New York, I think after the fact, after San Diego. And I think that's where like a good amount of them were given. Like that was kind of like when the rumor started with San Diego, and then I think New York was when they gave a lot out. Uno-Sean, curious to hear your thoughts on the current price of Spider-Man or Superman 1 on DC Palm. It just doesn't seem to go down. But what's going to happen if and when Action Comics 1 or DC 27 drops? That's what I'm scared of. If it's anything like Veve, I don't know, like DC Palm is acting a bit differently. I mean, we can look at it like very briefly. I do kind of like how they divided up these DC collectibles. So Legacy, the Superman #1. I mean, the common right now is going for almost 600, so 589. Epic 2000, rare is going for 1200. Uncommon is 650. Legendary is 11,500. If it's anything like Veve, these might go down a bit because people might want to sell this off to then buy something else. Because you never know. I mean, you could potentially sell an epic or like I don't know, like a rare, and then someone just floors a Action Comics #1, you know, epic too for a lower price. Like sometimes people don't really track the prices of everything on the app, right? They just play the drop. Oh my god, I won. What if I just list it for 1,000? Like they don't know. But it's like, all right, if Superman #1's going for 2K, you know, Action Comics epic should be going for like double at least, you know, who knows? And then same thing with the first appearance of Batman. Yeah, not entirely sure. But if it's anything like Veve, that's what's going to happen. But what also could happen, which is what actually happened at Bat Cows, is when Superman dropped, it brought in so many whales and so much liquidity into the app. It actually gave a reason for people to like put a bunch of money into the app and chase after like literally a Grail comic. That because people made so much money off the Superman comic, like I remember Bat Cows were at like, I don't know, like $450, and they ran all the way up to 1,000. Like they basically doubled in price because so many people, so a ton of people brought in money into the app and started buying Supermans in the secondary, that people were then like, oh my gosh, I have $750, $800, $900, $1,000 now on the app. Now I can go buy my Batcowl or whatever it is. So it could happen. So if anything, it could increase the price of Superman. Because if they drop, let's say Batman, maybe a few people out there that don't like Batman, maybe they like Superman more and they buy that. Like who knows? Or if someone did land a legendary Batman, and they're like, look, I love legendaries, but I feel like I'm gonna ride off the hype of this. I'm gonna sell it up here, then I'm gonna rebuy some Superman commons. Or maybe some people like stacking commons and rares, who knows? It's impossible to tell, but I'm keeping an eye on that too. First appearance of Batman, first appearance of Wonder Woman, first appearance of Superman, like those are all gonna be very big comics when those happen. The forgotten ones of Veve, like Frida, House of Cards. Yeah, I'm not huge in that. Like, I definitely understand the appeal of it. It's just something I'm not entirely into myself. 100 gems. Man, the walls on this are very thin. I mean, you only have 4 purchases until the price is up 50%, and then another purchase where it basically triples. Yeah, it's just kind of hard to say. I always go back to this, where if people are... Because it's not just, is your collectible, or is this collectible worth it? You also have to compare it to, like, how many other things on the app can you buy for 100 gems right now? How many other things are worthwhile to buy? Whether you're trying to do a small stack. Like me personally, this is just me personally, but if I had 100 gems or 100, you know, whatever gems to just throw away, I'd buy... And this is actually another comic I forgot to mention earlier when you were asking me which comics I'm going for. Was, I really, really want the, Ultimate Fallout, but I want the rare. The rare just looks so clean on the app, this middle one with the red. It's at 120 gems, but it's like, me personally, like, I'd rather buy this than some other things. But I totally understand why people like some of the artists or some of the, like, lesser known or, like, not super mainstream things on the app. What's up, Flo? I saw Cox at 175 before season 1. I don't know what that is. Cox? I don't know. 175? VV Magic, half the roll. Was fun hanging out, fam. Stay chill, VV Vibes. Thank you. Thanks for stopping by. Hope the puppy isn't acting up too much. So, hope you have a good one. Flo, what do you mean by... Or cowl? Okay, you mean cowls. My bad. I saw cowls at 175 before season 1. Okay, so maybe it was that cheap. Maybe it was down to like 200 or 300, and then that thing like tripled in price. I thought you were just trying to get me to say bat cows. Okay, I thought you were trying to get me to say something else, which I already did. Dude, too bad there's no VV feed on here. I could probably just make an entire stream just watching the VV feed, and then you guys posting stuff on the VV feed and trolling me. And then I have to like say it. I don't know. How are the stamps doing? Oh, this is actually up a bit. George Washington. Lenectra. Oof, I don't know. Someone was saying earlier if I have a stack of Lenectras, and I don't. And I don't. Anything else going on? Not much right now. I didn't really have anything planned for the stream. I think in the future I will have like certain things planned, maybe some like fun games or whatever. But for right now, it's like I just want to stream, talk to you guys, get a feel for the community, what you guys are thinking about. I don't know. You know, undervalued things, overvalued things. I haven't really taken that close of a look on the market. The only thing I've been really focusing on is basically the comics. Those handful of ones that I really want, like Amazing Fantasy 15, Fantastic Four #1, number 5, ASM #1. Like those are all the ones that I don't have yet, and so I do want to buy those. I think if I wanted to buy all of those in one go, it'd probably cost me like 500-ish gems, probably, maybe a little bit less, probably like 450, because a lot of those, like ASM 1, Fantastic Four #1, even Fantastic Four #5. I think even that one. That's number 1. Where's number 5? There it is. Yeah, this is going for like under 22. There's like, that's kind of like the price now for a lot of these comics. It's like between like 15 to 20 right now. A lot of these like really old, like Grail comics that we got a long time ago, they're like under 20 right now. So like now is, if you don't own one like I do, like I'm planning on definitely accumulating one soon or buying one. World Moment prices are looking rather juicy. Looking at C3PO and R2D2. Yeah, those are FAs. C2, C3. C3. Oh, there's a dash in there. So C-3PO. Okay. That's why it's trolling me. Yeah, 200. 200 for a C3PO. R2D2. Dude, why is it not showing up on this sometimes? Actually, we can still navigate it to here. Come on. Wow, 415 for this, like more than double the price of C3PO. That's insane. Yeah, R2D2 is a good one. 8,333 minutes. God, dude, back then, such a different world. If there was a drop, I think if, okay, let me ask this. If C3PO dropped, like if they literally announced golden moments tomorrow, and we never had golden moments before, and they had the same mint numbers, do you think any of them would sell out? 60 gems. And it's still FA. Let's pretend like we don't have like the R2D2, like the actual one that we have now. Like pretend like we don't have R2D2 or C3PO. I don't think they would. 8,000? They might, but they would not be this expensive. I think they would sell up. Like C3PO might be closer to like 200, and then like, or sorry, R2D2 would be closer to like 200, and like C3PO would be like 100. Like after a while, it's one of those things where it's like it wouldn't sell out, and then like it would be like Hulk, right? It wouldn't sell out, and like people would talk about it more. Then all of a sudden, like a pump group would show up, or like whales would start accumulating, and then all of a sudden it's sold out. Then people start FOMOing, so then it starts flying up in price. It's hard to tell. It's not because so many people got wrecked on them, but had they not, maybe the market would be better. Possibly. It's impossible to tell. I don't know. It was just kind of a fun theoretical. I'm not expecting you guys to entertain my ridiculous theoreticals. Complete your sets. Yeah, there's actually a few sets I'm like very on the edge of completing. There's a small chance I might buy like Jafar, because I think I am actually short just that to complete my set. Same thing with this Battlestar Galactica. I think that, and then there's a few other things too. I'm not completing the whole what's it called? Immortals? Not Immortals. Eternals. I don't say Immortals. Eternals set. Yeah, there's no way I'm completing that. Actually, Gauntlets. That's actually one I did want to check out really quick. Is how well the Gauntlet's been doing. Then we'll probably end the stream here shortly. We've been streaming for over an hour and a half already. I know that's nothing in Randy terms, but okay, there it is. Maybe I had to spell the whole word. Damn, dude. Did the ungemmed Gauntlet at 22 gems in the Infinity Gauntlet? So from what I've read, I could have sworn people said that you can craft the Infinity Gauntlet forever. It's just if you want the airdrop. Yeah, if you want the airdrop, you had to craft it, I think by now. Like I think it's too late to get the Thanos airdrop. So yeah, what's the pricing activity on this? So 60 days. I think 30 days doesn't take us far enough. May 15th. Okay, so it is that far back. It got down to 200. It's going up a little bit. It's gone up about... I mean, it's at 240. Technically, from the floor up to here, it's gone up 20%. Technically, but is it going to hold there? I'm not entirely sure. I thought about selling mine, to be quite frank. But it's just so cool looking at the gauntlet and seeing that you paid nothing for it. I think that's a really, really cool thing. Like clicking this and just looking at the fact that you just paid 0. I'm like, that looks kind of cool. List price 0. Like that does look pretty awesome. Got a pretty mid edition number, 514. I should have grabbed more full gauntlets at 160. Yeah. They were pretty cheap. I don't know why, but like it seems like on here, like the pricing seems to be way off. Because I do remember it was that cheap, Pixel Trader. It did go below. It was like close to like 150-ish or whatever. I think the gauntlet will dump I predict $100 on the animated gauntlet. Yeah, it'll probably see another small dump after the airdrop happens, just because people are weird like that. Or it could pump. But as far as I knew, no, I could have sworn Veve said that like you can keep making gauntlets, but that's not gonna happen. Especially if the I mean, people aren't gonna make gauntlets as long as the like power orb is at 80 gems right now, and then the aether, Jesus, come on, the aether is at 300, 280. Like, as long as these are gonna be that expensive, like people are done making the Infinity Gauntlet. And dude, if you guys looked at how many are left of these, so there's 3,800 editions, 3,100 basically, 3,100 were burned. There's only 706 of these left. Like, a lot of these got burned. I mean, we're talking 80% technically got burned. Let me see here. How do we do that calculation? Be yeah, 81% got burned. There's only 700 of these left. So, pretty crazy. I just think there are too many mints for not being a character. The value will go into Thanos, perhaps. Probably. It could be separated out. Like, I could definitely see it going down from here. Like, not staying at 240, could go down to like 150 again, or like 200. Yeah, it's just hard to tell. But it's, I will say, of all of the like non-character FAs and all that stuff, like I agree with you. Usually I'm more akin to like first appearance collectibles and stuff over like things or objects or posters. But I mean, the Infinity Gauntlet's a pretty iconic thing, and not only that, there's an entire story behind it, of like the whole burn mechanism and all that stuff. So it has a story against it too. How well is it going to do? I have no idea. Because there actually is quite a few. And I think a lot of people are going to forget this too. There's going to be quite a few Thanos too. Obviously, the ultra rare, like the secret rare version with him with the blade, there's going to be less of those, but there's going to be a lot of the like generic Thanos on the market. And I will admit, that is probably one I will probably, depending how many there are, like once I see the final numbers of how many Thanos there actually are, that could be one I sell in the market sooner rather than later. I like Thanos, but he's not a character I'm like obsessed with. And if I did like sold him, and let's say it just pumped up to like ridiculous levels and I like never had the chance to get him again, like I'm not going to lose sleep over it. I'm just waiting for Wolverine to be quite frank. Wolverine, there's a few other characters I really, really want. I just want more X-Men in general. Give me Wolverine, give me Gambit, give me Cyclops, Professor X, like give me Sabretooth, Juggernaut, Magneto. Oof, dude, Magneto would be so good. It's like floating and stuff. Maybe it's like a cool animation. Just the X-Men. I really hope Marvel's just waiting for the whole X-Men cartoon to like get really popular, and they like use Veve as like some of their promotional material stuff on it. But we just need X-Men. SR Thanos will be up there, maybe 1K. That's what I'm thinking too. I think there's going to be over 1,000. So I agree of the SR, but still, like, you know, in the grand scheme of things, 1,000 isn't a ton. I mean, look at Hulk. He's above retail, and there's 4,444 of him, and he's actually above retail. I mean, not by a lot, but so we'll see. Wolverine will shake up the market for sure. Yeah, I think it will. I really hope the next mutant or X-Men character they drop is gonna be a big one, and I think they will. Because whenever they drop like a new series or like a whole new kind of thing, they usually go pretty big. Veve does, or whoever the IP is. Like when they did Marvel, like boom, Spider-Man. When they did comics, like boom, Marvel Comics #1. Star Wars, I technically it was like R2D2, which are huge, don't get me wrong, but like, I would say the first like premium digital collectible that Star Wars got was Darth Vader. So it's like, I don't think like Disney / Marvel / Star Wars, like they don't shy away from just basically giving you the best thing the very first time. Yeah, like the very first, I think, premium digital one we got was Vader. Like I said, outside of the golden moments, the first one we got was Vader. It was this guy. Like the very first thing they gave us was, I mean, okay, the lightsabers and stuff, but I'm talking like an FA character. They gave us Darth Vader. Marvel Mighty Wolverine or normal? I think it's going to look really good normal because it's really hard to mess up characters with masks. I think whoever makes like the Marvel characters, like they really struggle with faces and proportions and all that stuff. But like luckily Wolverine's like wearing a costume and all that stuff. I hope the animation looks awesome. I wouldn't mind if it's Marvel Mighties. I would slightly prefer that it was normal. But if it was a Marvel Mighty, it would suck, to be quite frank. But I would still stack the hell out of them. Same thing with the comic. If they did Hulk 181 or 180, whichever one you believe in, both of those are going to go up very, very high. Are there any other... Yeah, there's actually still like a bunch of Avengers too. We're still waiting to get dropped. Like, we have Hulk, we have Spider-Man, we have Iron Man, we have Captain America, we have Black Panther, we have Thor. We're just missing Hawkeye, actually. I think that's the only one we're missing, technically. From, like, the classic Avengers. We don't have Black Widow, too, but I don't think she's technically part of, like, the original Avengers team. We have Wasp, we have Ant-Man, yeah. Technically, we have them all, except we're just, no Hawkeye from the original group. Now we need to get X-Men. Talking villains. I think that's the whole next story arc of it. I don't know. I think a lot of people say in the MCU, the next entire story arc thing is mutants, X-Men, all that stuff. A lot of people have actually been stacking this comic in real life. Just a lot of the X-Men comics. Why just do X-Men? We have a lot of X-Men comics, but a lot of people have been getting giant size X-Men. A lot of people have been getting Bishop. Like I'm talking in real life. Like just over the last like 6 months, ever since like people started talking about X-Men, and like literally ever since the Miss Marvel like show, because they hinted at the very end. Spoiler alert. They hinted at mutants. So Bishop, he's a time traveler, so that kind of explains away a lot of like the MCU. Maybe they could kind of come up with a BS explanation as to like why mutants suddenly exist all of a sudden. And the other one too was Mr. Sinister. I think he would be the perfect villain for like phase 1 or what, like phase 1 of X-Men is Mr. Sinister. This is his first appearance because he is a geneticist. Like he's like a genius geneticist. And so maybe he did something. It's probably not going to follow the lore super accurately, but he could be part of the reason why all of a sudden mutants exist, or maybe he did something to activate all these mutant genes and stuff in the MCU. Who knows? But a lot of people are, I think in real life, are grabbing that comic too, like that first appearance. When FA Wolverine, dude, that's what I want to know. That's what everyone wants to know. I need Cable. Cable's another one that a lot of people were talking about. Cable's cool. If you didn't know, Cable is Scott Summers and Jean Grey's, that's their son, who's in the future, who went back in time. Yeah, it's a bit weird. I'm trying to see the other one too. What's another one that people were kind of grabbing? Also to this one, actually. First appearance of Jubilee. Some people think that she'll make a reappearance in the new X-Men show. So first appearance of Jubilee, just because she's so cheap now. Like the comic is so cheap. We need another X-Men movie. We just need to X-Men something. John Cena's Mr. Sinister. Are you sure about that? We'll see. That's kind of what I'm holding my breath for. But yeah. Well, cool. Unless you guys have anything else you guys want to talk about or whatever, let me know. I'm going to go ahead and end the stream. Hope you guys have a hope you guys have a fantastic rest of the day. Hope you guys chill out. And I'll see you guys next time. Oh yeah, please double and triple check all of your listings so you don't screw yourself over. I'll catch you guys next time.